Since he couldn't meet with us, I just sent us his example, and then had him create a quiz question so that
he did a quiz question.
With the answer.
He did a quiz question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another thing about this week is what's to say, because people had the option to do certain topics like bias, attachment, approval, and just whatever else was on there. And we weren't assigned a specific group, so how that's just going to be interesting how the
quiz will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering.
What did he ended up doing on?
So my guess is bias because this is a quiz question. Jason is a mechanic that works on specialized and needs reliable tools. Vince is a salesman that has been supplying tools for the past 15 years with high satisfaction from Jason. One day, Tom, a new salesman in town, approaches Jason to purchase his tools from instead. He explains the whole difference of the tools that he sells and claims that his tools are much more reliable. Jason listens carefully, but ultimately decides to continue buying tools since he knows what to expect from the tools he currently uses. And would rather state what kind of bias in this example.
You said what kind of bias?
Yeah, so there's let me pull this in that article.
No, I just saw like general talking about just bias in general. I don't know if there was like a certain, I don't know if it's like the sub biases, like where it's bias and then like approval, attachment, ambiguity, all those are a part of bias. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That was.
They break down what kind of bias it is. So like, I'm trying to pull it up in that. So, ambiguity, for example, that's where you can interpret information in different ways. So if you know someone, you'll interpret it in their attachment. If they know somebody personally, then like they might do something that's favorable for them. Like an example in the article is that it talks about an accountant that's done books for a company for a long time. They might be willing to overlook somebody haven't done it for a while.
Okay.
Approval.
So it seems like it's approval bias.
Well, I think it's familiarity. So familiarity bias is like the example in the article, people are more willing to hire individuals that are being client with whom they have ongoing relationships. So he's more likely to stay with a guy that sells him tools because he's familiar with him versus the new guy that he's not familiar with.
Okay.
The other one that goes to would be attachment.
Others have strong businesses, clients comparisons, and thus highly motivated to improve their clients' accounts. And the current system monitors are higher by So his question was like the person he is counting on or relying on for reliable parts.
He's known him for 50. And the other person, you know, and ultimately stays with the old guy for 15.
Okay, so I don't think I connected that there was another client involved here, so maybe that's why I'm kind of lost. But so he's favoring one over the other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Familiar. Okay, well, do you have an example already? I mean, I already had mine, but I kind of was under the impression you could just do normal bias, which that's what I did, because I just read the example that it gave, and that as I read that, I was like, this sounds like just plain bias, not anything that's like a subtopic of bias. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, for me, I just did something very, very general.
Yeah, I think the example, like later somewhere it talks about how that example is attachment, because as a professor who is responsible for grading someone on an essay, somebody who attends office hours would be probably more favorable because he understands what maybe the person is trying to say. They don't attend office hours and he doesn't understand the way the person thinks, so it would be unbiased.
That's the example I did. It was an attachment. I just didn't say it in my example, but I think that's the example that I used for my own individual one. I don't know if you had something other than that, but
funny, mine was familiarity, and I guess that's what his was too. So, if you want, you tell me your example, and I'll just add with the link, and then I'll come up with the quiz answers.
Okay, so just, you want me to email my example to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can use that for our team's example, and then let me say this.
I'll do that right now.
If you want to wait, just put the YouTube link in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'll put that with the template, and then I'll come up with the quiz answers real quick.
Okay.
And then I'll play the part in it.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. And then next Wednesday at 6:30.
Yeah. Did you know we have that project next week, right?
Oh yeah. See if we can get Eli.
Like Tuesday
and see if Eli can meet both days, and we can kind of do our group stuff one day and do the project the other.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'll send you that stuff.
All right, thanks.
All right, have a good night.